A Laurel County auctioneer is picking up the pieces after fire damaged his business overnight.
A scary situation for two Franklin County firefighters heading out on a call as their fire truck overturns. I'll have that story coming up.
Still looks pretty good outside and actually feeling much better. Get into the rest of the afternoon, clouds appear, and that means some rain's on the way. I'll show you when you can expect that coming up.
This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon from WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. A southern Kentucky business was heavily damaged by an overnight fire. The flames broke out just before 2 o'clock this morning at Castile Auction Company in East Bernstadt. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is in Laurel County now with reaction from the owner, who's trying to salvage what he can.
And that is our top story at noon. Phil.
The owner tells me that he was asleep very early this morning, about 1 o'clock, when he heard car doors slamming outside. He walked outside and noticed that the business that he owns was burning. It was on fire, and the firefighter arrived. They could not save much of what was set on fire. Now, this is the old Castile Auction Company. The owner says while he's been auctioneering for decades, his business was on hold, but getting ready to get started back up again. Now, all of that has been halted again thanks to this fire.
In my opinion, it would be arson. There was no electric to the trailer. There was no reason for that trailer to catch on fire, in my opinion.
I just got off the phone with Kentucky State Police. They did confirm that they do believe this was arson. In fact, the owner tells me that he thinks it may have actually been set on fire twice overnight. Much more later today, but for now in Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you very much. No one was inside either structure at the time of the fire.
Two first responders were the ones who needed help when their fire truck crashed in central Kentucky. The Franklin County Sheriff says the firefighters were responding to a call when the driver veered off the road, then overcorrected, causing the truck to flip onto its side. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain has more on the firefighters' injuries. Michelle?
Franklin County Fire Chief Kevin Hutcherson says he's thankful two of the county's firefighters are okay today after their fire truck overturned while on an emergency call. These pictures you see are from early Wednesday morning when the two firefighters were heading down Twilight Trail. The driver of the truck dropped over the shoulder, overcorrected, resulting in nearly a 50,000-pound truck overturning. Franklin County Sheriff Pat Melton says the two firefighters were treated in the hospital, and other than scrapes and bruises, they are fine. He says they're lucky the outcome wasn't worse.
Every day is an adventure when you're a first responder. They're very, very fortunate. That's a huge piece of equipment going down the road, and you know, fortunately, they're okay, and that's at the end of the day, that's the most important thing.
Sheriff Melton believes the fire truck is a loss, but won't be sure until the insurance company gets involved. In Franklin County, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. The overturned truck is one of 6 active fire engines in the Franklin County Fire Department. There are 4 reserved engines if needed. A band director at a Kentucky high school is behind bars this midday, accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a female student. Curtis Bennett is charged with video voyeurism and unlawful transaction with a minor. According to the Lebanon Enterprise, police say more charges are expected. Bennett is a teacher at Marion County High School. The school system says it's conducting its own investigation. Bennett will be back in court Monday.
Well, it's a beautiful day here in the Bluegrass. Chilly, sunny skies out there. Pretty mild, really, but enjoy that while it lasts because some big changes could be headed this way for the weekend in the form of rain and or snow. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is live in our First Alert Weather Center looking ahead.
Yeah, we're in the mid to upper 40s at the moment. It actually feels quite nice. Once we get into the next couple of days, it gets even better, a couple of degrees warmer than where we are at this very moment. Temperatures are really kind of a byproduct of what we are seeing outside with all the sunshine and also those winds coming out from the south and southeast. Now we're holding on to 47 there in Lexington. We'll finish off right around 50 degrees. And then you can see going off through the evening, it's not all that bad. Clouds will be on the increase. And if you're going out to eat later on this evening, I think you'll be just fine. But off toward tomorrow morning, kids getting off to school, you getting off to work, whatever it may be, that's when the rain moves on in. We'll talk about that. I'll show you when it moves on out and when the next round comes on in, coming in a few minutes.
24 volunteers from across Kentucky are on their way to Missouri this midday to help with flood relief efforts. They gathered at the Kentucky Baptist Convention building in Louisville this morning before leaving for St. Louis. Record flooding destroyed homes and closed down interstates there last week. 25 people in Missouri and Illinois were killed in that flooding. Talk of legalizing marijuana has made its way to Frankfort, and not for the first time. 2 bills will be introduced this session, one for medical marijuana, the other for recreational use. The author of the recreational bill says his ultimate goal is to get medical marijuana passed this session. One former U.S. congressman has started a group working to join the 23 other states that have already made medical marijuana legal.
It's about allowing people the opportunity to use something that millions are using already, legally in 23 states, illegally here. It's time to bring them out of the shadows.
It's a gateway drug, and I'm not at all convinced that that's not the reality we have, and it bothers me and it gives me a lot of concern to make it any more accessible and available for abuse than it already is.
Tonight on WKYT News at 6, you'll meet a man who says he'd be blind in a year if he didn't smoke marijuana daily. He's fighting to make his use legal.
An airline that is known for low fares will soon be offering 4 new destinations from the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport. Starting April 14th, Frontier Airlines will fly to Los Angeles, San Francisco, Houston, and Philadelphia, and is bringing back seasonal nonstop service to Atlanta, Phoenix, and Dallas. Frontier's 4 new destinations join existing service to Denver, Orlando, Las Vegas, and Fort Myers. The fate of a once popular tourist attraction in Kentucky is uncertain this afternoon. A Barron County judge has ordered Funtown Mountain in Cave City to be sold at foreclosure auction. And according to court documents, a company owned by a Louisville businessman owes about $270,000 in principal, interest, and other fees. Funtown Mountain was destroyed over Labor Day weekend. It was shut down shortly after that for code violations. Well, he has had a very busy schedule since winning The Voice, and last night, Harlan County native Jordan Smith grabbed the national spotlight once again, singing a classic hit on the People's Choice Awards.
You are so beautiful to me, can't you see?
Jordan performed You Are So Beautiful with Grammy-winning record producer David Foster. The two have been in the studio working on Smith's debut album. Since winning The Voice last month, Jordan was honored with a parade in Harlan County. He was the Harlan County of the Year. They might even make him Harlan County of the Decade, who knows? And he sang the national anthem at last weekend's UK basketball game. He also got engaged in between all of those big events.
What a run, huh? The last few weeks.
What a great time for him. Well, there's good news and bad news in regards to last night's Powerball drawing. The bad news? You didn't win the jackpot worth $500 million. The good news, no one did, so the next jackpot will be worth an estimated $700 million with a cash option of $428.4 million. That's the largest of any lottery game in U.S. history. The previous record was a $656 million Mega Millions jackpot, won in March of 2012.
All right, it's going to be a big scramble to Saturday for this next drawing. Well, global markets are on a free fall as China stocks have been plunging overnight and into today.
We'll show you how stocks are doing here in the U.S. next on Kentucky's #1 midday news. And also ahead, Janet Jackson is speaking out about her recent health scare that caused her to postpone her North American tour. We'll tell you what she had to say about recent cancer rumors. Coming up on WKYT News at noon. Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. It's another tough day on Wall Street.
Now, the stock market opened with its 3rd triple-digit decline of the week, spooked by the turmoil in the Chinese economy. Hannah Daniels has this report from the New York Stock Exchange.
The stock market tumbled right from the opening bell, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropping hundreds of points within seconds. The trouble continues to spread from China, where circuit breakers suspended trading after the stock market lost more than 7%. Weakness in the world's second largest economy has reignited concerns about a global slowdown.
China was the main driver of global growth for most of the last decade.
With China's troubles darkening the mood here on Wall Street, it's been a rough start to the new year. It's the Dow's third triple-digit decline in just 1 week.
Analysts say the most important thing for investors right now is not to panic.
If you are a long-term investor, the best strategy is to stick to your game plan. That means don't do anything. No panicking, no emotions jumping in.
Friday's unemployment report may turn investors' attention back home. Signs point to positive news about job hiring. Evidence that even with the turmoil abroad, the U.S. economy is staying on track. Hannah Daniels for CBS News, Wall Street.
All right, let's see how the markets are doing right now here at midday. Here's a check. The international situation going on. Here's what is happening. The Dow Jones is down 208 points right now. The Nasdaq off 78. The S&P 500 down 25. Now, earlier in the week, we saw them down considerably at midday and then a recovery in the afternoon. So certainly a lot to watch there. The world is vowing to punish North Korea with additional sanctions following claims the country successfully conducted a hydrogen bomb test. U.S. officials, as well as other nuclear experts, remain skeptical, saying that a blast of that type would have produced a far more powerful outcome. But if it is confirmed, this would be North Korea's fourth nuclear test. Well, Janet Jackson is responding to internet rumors that she has throat cancer.
Jackson released a personal message on Twitter saying she does not have cancer and that she's recovering from a recent procedure. However, the singer didn't specify the illness that forced her to postpone her current world tour. Jackson says her doctors have approved her concerts in Europe, which are scheduled to begin in March. She was set to perform at Rupp Arena later this month. So far, the concert has not been rescheduled. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is now the highest-grossing movie of all time in North America. Disney says the seventh film in the franchise had grossed $758.2 million through Tuesday in less than 3 weeks of release. And early box office estimates show that yesterday it surpassed the $760.5 million mark that Avatar made 6 years ago. So far, it has made $1.5 billion worldwide, putting it at number 4 on the all-time list in that regard.
It's a big hit, no doubt.
Amazing.
Police in Paris have thwarted an attempted attack exactly 1 year after a deadly terror attack in the French capital.
We'll have the latest coming up in a report on WKYT News at 12:30.
A lot of sunshine the rest of the afternoon. However, as we approach tomorrow and off into your weekend, it becomes pretty sloppy. I'll have that forecast coming to you next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
You're looking down south on the sky cam. This is a good vantage point of just checking out to see where the clouds are, when they're coming on through. We've had some clouds down toward the southeast. Those have faded away. Now you're seeing bright blue skies. But you know what? I don't expect just a large coverage of clouds before actually the sun sets. It's really after the sun sets, which means these temperatures will just continue to rise. We'll fall roughly right around 50 degrees. Maybe a few just sit there in the lower 50s, as you see already, Monticello and Wayne County at 50 degrees. There are still some spots in the valley regions over toward east and southeastern Kentucky because of that cloud cover, still in the upper 30s. So now you're seeing bright blue skies. You'll start to heat up with everybody else once we go throughout the rest of the day. So roughly 50, depending on where you are, pretty decent feel. I mean, it actually feels quite nice outside, especially if you're under the sunshine and just sunny skies. Feels great. Today's talkers, milder the next few days. You'll feel it tomorrow too. Rain will start to move on in, I believe, tomorrow morning, and I believe you'll start to feel it anywhere from 5 a.m. to about 8 a.m. That's probably the best bet for it to slide on in. That means going off to school for the kiddos. That means going back to work. Yeah, you're going to be traveling through some rain tomorrow morning. For some, not everybody. And then the first half of your day is the best chance of rain. Second half, it actually moves on out. So if you have any plans Friday evening, going out to any basketball games, I know the basketball games are indoors, but if you're just heading out there, walking into those arenas, you'll be just fine. Things look pretty good, and it actually will feel really nice tomorrow afternoon, too, in the 50s. So that rain moves on out. Then the next batch comes on Saturday. And that one on Saturday is widespread. Then it turns into a little snow there on Sunday with that Arctic blast. So what are we talking about with these snow chances? Well, the snow chance is going to be on Sunday. Not only that, but it goes from mild weather, you see there at 51, pretty cold weather there at 32. That's not even the coldest on your 7-day forecast. But on Sunday, I'm expecting, very confident we'll at least see some flakes for some people. I-64 northbound, that's probably the best bet. And any accumulation will be very light at this moment. Still 4 days out, we'll have to watch that very closely. But I do expect to see at least that opportunity as we get a little bit closer. We'll see, because we really have to watch the track of this low pressure system. That's going to be on Sunday. Keep that in mind. The next 3 days following, pretty cold. We're there in the 20s, 25 there on Monday. We're at 29 degrees there on Tuesday as that Arctic front comes blowing on through again. And that'll give us another shot at actually picking up some snow showers. With that cold air in place, Bill, you said it perfectly this morning. You said, you know what, I kind of like that pattern where it's in the 20s, and I was going, what? You like that?
Yeah, how does this go?
And he said because anything that falls out of the sky, you know, is going to be snow instead of maybe some ice, instead of maybe the nasty stuff.
Okay,
I mean,
good point.
In other words, better to be cold than riding right around that freezing mark when you have the issues.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I can understand that. I agree.
We're coming back on WKYT in just a moment. Mitch Barnhart comes with a big commitment for UK football's 2 new assistants. We'll tell you how big ahead.
And the UK women looking for a big bounce back. Dave Baker's next with sports.
It was an off-season of off-court turmoil, but the UK women were able to put that behind them and equal the best start in school history with 11 straight wins without a loss before suffering that first defeat of the season Sunday at Auburn. The Wildcats led the Tigers by as many as 17, only to watch it slip away as the Cats just went totally cold in the second half. Coach Matthew Mitchell didn't have to tell his players how bad it was. As my old coach used to say before a film session, the big eye in the sky don't lie.
I saw that. I mean, I could sense that in the film room. You know, there was no excuse making. I mean, it was just there for you to see. We stood around and did not play like a Kentucky team is expected to play. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed. I'm glad the players were embarrassed because that's not how we want to represent our program or our university. And ultimately, that's not how we want them to be as people.
It's the UK women trying to bounce back tonight at Memorial Coliseum against an improved Alabama team. Game time is 7 o'clock. You can see whip-around coverage on the SEC Network. The game will be on the SEC Network Plus with our Jeff Picoro and Christy Thomas. Well, if I told you that 2 coaches were coming from Cincinnati to Kentucky and would make more than $1 million a season between them, you might think I was crazy, but that's exactly what happened this week. Eddie Grand, the new offensive co-coordinator and running backs coach, he will reportedly be paid $650,000 per year through 2019. That's a pay raise of $225,000 from what he made with the Bearcats. As for Darren Henshaw, the Cats' new co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, he'll be paid $400,000 per year through 2018. He was making $270,000 a season at Cincinnati, so he also gets a hefty raise. Maybe the marketing folks can brand this as the $1 million offense. Tonight on the Big Blue Insider with Dick Gabriel, a look ahead to the UK men as they travel to Tuscaloosa to take on the Tide on Saturday. They're trying to bounce back as well. That's at 6 on 630 WLAP. Broncos coach Gary Kubiak told his team a short time ago, the Broncos, that Peyton Manning would start their playoff game. Denver with a bye week this week. The Bengals host Pittsburgh Saturday night at 8 right here on WKYT. More on that coming up. And many of you have asked, had a chance to stop by and see Bobby Flynn last night, the UK supporter, and just just all-around great guy here in Lexington, doing much better. He'll be up starting some rehab today after his fall over the weekend, and he really appreciates everyone's thoughts and prayers. We've got a lot more coming up throughout the day, guys, but for now, that's a look at sports on this Thursday.
Very good, and good to hear that Bobby Flynn is doing better.
Yes, it is.
All right, keep it here.
And there's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
A rough holiday season has a Cincinnati-based department store chain cutting jobs and closing stores.
I'm Phil Pendleton in Laurel County at 12:30. The latest on an investigation into what police believe was an intentional fire at an auction house.
Tomorrow night's Mega Millions jackpot is $165 million, and Saturday night's Powerball jackpot $700 million.